Coming up on this episode of Swing Nation, we head out to Mountain View, California to interview three Lindy Hop legends, Chester Whitmore, Chazz Young, and Norma Miller. This talk was filmed during the Swingin at the Savoy Lindy Hop Workshop weekend back in February 2014. Check out swinginatthesavoy.com for information about how you can get in on the fun next year, February 20 through 22nd, 2015. Swing Nation episode 51 starts now.
Nothing in the world that I won't do. I give
Hit that jive, close the door, get the carpet off the floor. Swing Nation,
people grooving together.
truck on down, pimp your stroll, put some jelly on that roll. Swing Nation,
People grooving together.
I think first thing we should do is introduce who we have on the panel here. And, well, he's here. Is he a cartoon right now? No, he's real. His name is Chester Whitmore. Also, we have another one of my favorite people, and Chazz, this is going to sound weird, but one of the nicest things one of the coolest things in my life is that I get occasionally I get a Christmas card from Chazz. What? I seriously go, Chazz Young, right there. He's probably saying, wait a minute, I sent him Christmas cards? Wasting a stamp. He has his people send out these cards. And the heavyweight, undisputed queen of swing. Heavyweight. She's not heavyweight. She's a lightweight. Featherweight?
featherweight.
Miss Norma Miller.
Thank you.
How are you, Norma?
I'm fine, Don.
Yeah?
Still swinging.
Still swinging?
Still here.
Well, we have some fun. We have some fun. So I was in the car. I was trying to think of, and all of us were trying to think of some cool things to interview them about. And then I realized this is not an interview. This is a talk. We're just chatting. We're just hanging out with Chazz and Norma and Chester. We're just hanging out with Chazz and Norma and Chester, and we're talking. So let's get talking. I think I'll start it off. And one thing that I was thinking about is you guys have traveled a lot in the last, I guess, couple of years, right? And you've been traveling around. Where have you been? And is there anything unique you've seen as far as Lindy Hop is concerned that you can think of?
Well, let me jump right in there and say I've had the pleasure, the honor to have gone to St. Petersburg, Russia, last August. I mean, growing up, all I knew about Russia was everything bad is happening over there. They will put you in jail and stuff like that, send you to Siberia. But there's a lot of Russians that have been coming to the camp called Harang. And so I've been meeting them off and on doing my stay in Harang. So I was asked, is there any place that I would like to go that I haven't been? And I said, I would love to go to St. Petersburg, Russia. So there were two ladies in the house, and they say, you're going to go to St. Petersburg. And they picked it up from there, and with Leonard, I spoke to Leonard, and they sent me to St. Petersburg, and they showed me the greatest time of my life in Russia. St. Petersburg, Peterhof Gardens, which has over 150 fountains, they showed me the beauty of St. Petersburg. I just had a wonderful, wonderful time. And the jazz, and I had some Russian beer, of course.
Did you? Of
I
course.
had some, yeah.
Of course.
Was the beer good? Was the beer good?
Oh, the beer was delicious.
Yeah.
Did you?
But did you drink any vodka?
Oh, that's all. Man, every time I turned around, they were handing me some vodka.
Okay.
It's a good break. Give me a break.
Okay.
They did. They gave me another bottle.
What about Mr. Whitmore?
Where have you been lately?
Huh? Yeah. Have you been anywhere?
My name is Mike.
Have you been anywhere, that has a unique look for Lindy Hop and
Yeah, I
stuff?
just went third time in Brazil. We went back to Brazil. And
Wow.
I've been back there again. We did a whole extravaganza, Brazil extravaganza swing out. And they have gotten so large. They always have the samba and the Argentine, the tangos. But now they are swinging out over there really big. And I'm talking about the first time we was out there, me and Norma went out there, and they celebrated Norma's birthday. And they brought in this gigantic cake with Norma's face on it.
Oh, really?
And I said, well, can I have this piece? Norma said, don't cut my ear. I had to go up there. We had all of that, and then we partied from like 5 o'clock on the beach all over till 10 o'clock in the morning.
Did you dance with all the women like you did?
You dance with all the women?
All the women in Brazil. Every single woman in Brazil.
And this-
I have to keep up the tradition.
Yes.
Am I right?
Right.
See,
Now that was Rio. You were talking about Rio.
Rio
de Janeiro. Copacabana Beach.
yes. It was good. It was real. I mean, it was real good, man. I'm telling you, it was.
I think
That was definitely Rio.
that was real.
Absolutely.
I think we have hit real.
You got to hit it. It's beautiful. But they're dancing, and Don was there, Don Hampton, and they called her out there. She did a blues note. You like the comeback with Joe Williams? No, we did not the comeback. We just smack dab in the middle and some other stuff she did. Don Hampton got out there, and it was really fun, enjoyable stuff. They danced their brains out. And then coming back, and I'm back in. I just did another Ellington engagement, Duke Ellington engagement with Kenny Burrell and Charlie Owens from the Ellington Orchestra. And we did the Delmento and Blue and Crescendo and Blue, doing Paul Gonzalez, the 28th. So we recreated that, and we did a whole extravaganza with the 18-piece orchestra with the about 35 swing dancers and tap dancers and stuff. And pushing out. And it's just little stuff, just small stuff.
Just little things.
Just little small stuff, and then stopping traffic and stuff. Just the usual stuff. Yes.
Nice. And Ms. Norma, where have you been lately that has really inspired you in the world?
Well, as usual, I go to England I just went to England, and I'm here. Then next week I go to Germany.
Wow.
And Chazz and I are going to Italy 9th, 10th, and 11th of May. We're going to Italy. And then, of course, we go to New York for Frankie's 100, which I'm glad to be able to celebrate, and May, June. And, of course, naturally, every year I go to New Orleans, where I work with the New Orleans Jazz Camp. These are the kids that's studying jazz. And they swinging, baby. They're the most wonderful thing to see, because if you don't study it, we won't have it. And if the young kids don't play our jazz, we're not going to have jazz. So this is the birth of it, and every year I'm in New Orleans with this, and of course after that I wind up in Harang, where I end up the last 2 weeks in Harang. And then the rest of the time I'm back writing the new book, From Lindy Hop to Hip Hop and everything else in between. I'm trying to document everything we do because we must have it down on paper, so I keep writing it and writing it and writing it. And I hope you suckers begin to read, because you're not buying my books.
Did not expect that to go.
There you go. They did. Please. That's the history of Lindy Hop.
Now
And
this-
you gotta buy my book. You can buy that on Amazon, can't you? Yeah, there.
Yeah. This is Swing Baby Swing.
Right.
This is later, but I also have.
You didn't get this either?
Well, you ain't taking mine. This is
That's the book that everybody who created a kind of a dance, like West Coast Swing.
Wow.
We went to Skippy Blair, contributed a chapter.
That's
Richard
really-
Powers contributed a chapter. Lawrence Bradford of the hand dancers, he contributed a chapter. So you know our history from this book. It's called Swing Baby Swing, which is the name of my Broadway show, which I'm producing this year.
Wow.
What else is there to do but to do a Broadway show?
What we usually do about this time is we'll show some video clips. On SwingNation, we like to show a lot of clips. We like to highlight, we like to honor a lot of the dancers nowadays. Look at me, I'm so professional. There we go. That's the Mac sound. But we could show clips of these guys' Lindy Hop careers we could be here all night. So what we decided to do is go a little outside of the box and find out what these cats have been doing in more mainstream arenas. And so we're going to start with Mr. Chester Whitmore right now. And I have a clip from something that you were assistant choreographer on. And I think people may recognize the dancer, the main dancer in this. Think you probably never heard of him? Maybe not. I don't know.
Is this Michael Jackson?
Oh, shush. Oh. Who is that? That's a good shot. What?
Where were you?
So
Where were you?
we need a microphone. Chester, you need a microphone.
Give Chester the mic, please.
Okay.
Chester, you gotta talk to us. How in the world did you even get assistant choreography
On the show?
Now this was, a lot of people know this as the Smooth Criminal video, but this was actually a part of Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, which was a full feature-length movie in 84, 88?
This is in the 80s.
I think it was 88.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it was a shot. I got the job from doing, at that time in the 80s, choreographers, the newest thing was MTV, music videos. If you were a choreographer or a dancer, you had to get in a video. And a lot of choreographers were searching to get into a video. Oh, I got to get a video. I got to get it. Whatever artist it was at that time. And it was a company called Imaginary Entertainment. At that time, I was doing choreography for Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah.
At the time, all that stuff. So I did that. Those are all my videos. About 4 of them are my videos.
You didn't eat it?
Huh?
Which video?
I done, I'm fat. I won an award for fat. I'm fat.
I love that video.
UHF, the movie, UHF, we did a lot of stuff. And so word got out there, living with a hernia.
Living with a hernia.
Like with the James Brown thing, we did Vegas and shot that. And
What do you say? What, hernia?
a hernia.
It's a spoof on Living in America by James Brown.
James Brown.
Living with a
Off the
hernia.
Rocky movie, at the beginning had James Brown, Living in America. So me and Weird Al wrote this thing called Living with a Hernia. So I said, okay, well, we'll do some crazy stuff like that. And the first gig I did was a movie called Michael Keaton was Johnny Dangerously. And so we did that film. And so it works. I said, well, this guy does a lot of choreography. He needs to come in. And he does a lot of nostalgic choreography. The young lady, the Asian young lady, she was one of the ballroom section. We had a continuity factor. And I was doing the stunt stunt and continuity with choreography. This was just some of the part. That scene took us about 4 nights to shoot.
It's a long scene.
It's a very, very long. We was there from like 8 in the morning, do makeup and everything, set everything up, and then we shot until like 11 or 12 and come back and shoot it again. Michael is a workaholic. He's definitely a workaholic. Anything that he wants to see and learn, he said, I want to learn that. And he will stay up day in, day out. Oh yeah, it's clean. He's very clean. He hits it very on it. So we had a scene in there he wanted to do. Well, I want to do this one scene because they regularly wasn't supposed to look like that until he saw Fred Astaire movie, The Bandwagon. Right. If you've seen The Bandwagon, you see the similarity. He wears the white suit. He has to infiltrate a mobster club and does a dance. If you see Fred Astaire, it's a great movie to get. So, but you see where he took a lot of elements and made it more modern and stuff, and he did his thing with the spin.
This was the 80s?
This was the 80s. He's way ahead of his time.
How could he was a kid in the 80s.
No, he was doing it. Mm-hmm. He was doing it. Didn't even think about the 70s. No, this is after the nose job. Okay. But anyhow, now we won't go into that. Sniff. Bleach. Okay, but anyhow.
But you digress.
Oh, that's right.
Quickly.
Very.
His last film that he did just before he died, he was in the white suit.
That's another video.
That was another one?
That's another one. He did 3 of them like that. Well, with Chris, what's it, Chris Tucker? Yeah, that's another one. That's a complete one. Mm-hmm.
So did you?
So what I did, if you look at the video longer, there's a scene where they're playing pool and he's singing and he has to grab the ball and the gangster snatches the ball and he flips the guy over with one hand and grabs the ball and crushes it and blows the smoke into his face. And then there's a scene when they're trying to sneak up behind him. He takes the girl up the steps and he shoots him. He disintegrates into a wall. So we did all these wild, crazy stuff. And you see his background, because he loves showbiz. He grew up with a showbiz. His family took him and the family, not only the Jackson 5, every one of them had had exposure to showmanship of like Frank Sinatra or the Broadway shows and stuff. So you see it influence. So I got a chance to work. That was one of the first time I worked with him. I did the NAACP awards with him. And it was so funny because we're shooting, in the middle of the shoot, we're doing the stuff, and okay, he stole one of Jenny Legong's, the wire one, he did, they lean forward, they lean real quick.
The lean shoes. Right?
Yeah, well, that was done with wires. But he got that from looking at Jenny's video, Alibaba, and the 20 said, how do they do that when they're leaning?
They're actually using lean shoes.
Yes, the shoes lock into the floor, and they really do it. They let their body can lean forward. But this one is done, but he wanted that idea in the video. And all of a sudden, on the 4th day we're shooting, he says, okay, stop. And we're looking at what happened. Is anything wrong? I gotta go. And he said, he's gotta go. And they shut down and said, we'll call everybody back. And I'm sitting there going, what happened? He left. He didn't come back for another week and a half. Then he comes back and says, okay, let's reshoot. And we're back into the scene with the little kid running, looking, and his body changes into the car.
This is a crazy movie, you guys.
Yeah, and this was shot first. And then he decides, I think I'm going to make a movie out of this. It's backwards. I'm going like, what? I want to make a movie out of it. Usually you do your movie and then you do your choreography and then take the dance scene out and then show it everywhere. This was first, and he made a story around the video and became Moonwalker. It never was released in the States as theatrically, but in the video, but in Europe it was a big hit. And the reason why he left was because he left and did another video, which was I'm Bad. So he was like, that shows you how workaholic he is. He was like
coming from one workaholic to another one, I tell you that. So we gotta keep rolling. I got one here for thank you very much, Chester. That's amazing. Give it up, yo guys. So this one is for Chazz. This is from, I don't think I need to set this up, do I? The movie is The Cotton Club, 1984. I think we're just going to run it. Let's just do it. Let's take a look.
Yeah, don't blink your eye. Look at it carefully, because
No.
I'm not on that long.
The great Honey Coles.
Don't blink your eyes.
Honey Coles.
Ralph?
Who's that, Ralph Brown?
They don't actually credit any of the guys.
Ralph Brown. Yeah.
Oh,
Who's this?
oh yeah.
Who's this? This my Chazz? That you, Chazz?
Yeah.
That's me. And these are the Hines brothers. Gregory Hines and Maurice.
Maurice, yeah. There's Face. There's wow.
Copacetic, most of them are.
This is called the Hoofer's Corner.
Yes.
What step is this, Chazz?
This is from the BS chorus.
The BS.
Over the top.
That smile, you can't miss that smile.
Yeah.
Cotton Club, y'all. Tell us something about that, Chazz.
Well, this was very interesting because it was Norma that called me and she said, Chazz, I'm going over to Astoria where they're filming the Cotton Club and we can have lunch. I said, you asked me, do I want to go? I said, yeah. So I met Norma there and they were having lunch. We were sitting down and I knew most of the dancers, saying hello to them, having lunch. And then Gregory Hines comes in and he sits down and he's looking around and he spots me. And he comes over to me and of course I hadn't seen him. Hey, how you doing? He said, what you doing? I said, oh, I'm doing a few gigs here and there. He said, would you like to be in the Cotton Club film? I said, yeah. He took me to the back and they signed me up and I had that's how I got in it. No audition because I knew Gregory Hines when he was 10 and 11 years old.
Wow.
We were in a show, in the Cotton Club show, many, many years ago. So I watched them grow up and they watched me dance for years. So that's how I got in that, and that was very, very interesting. Thanks for Norma calling me up that day.
So Chazz, when we're seeing that scene, how much of that was improvised, and how much of that was like kind of locked in, and they kept doing the same shot over and over? Was that basically just a jam?
Well, it was a jam. I mean, I knew what I was going to do when I got out there, but I was very fortunate because they cut a lot of the dancers out, and they left me in there. So I was very lucky to still be in the film.
I think that's amazing that Gregory Hines was just like, yeah, he's in.
Yeah.
He's in.
That's-
But like you said, you knew those brothers
Yeah,
Yeah.
as they were growing up.
that's
We knew them
right.
from when they were the Hines kids. We were all together in the Cotton Club show. So all of us came up together, really, yeah.
Wow. Well, that's the nice thing about working with these guys in this community is that somebody told us about that clip, I think.
Right.
And said, hey, you should check out Chazz and the Cotton Club. So yeah, get on Netflix and get that one. We got one more for you.
Wow.
This one is the piece de resistance, I think. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
Tomas, did I say that right? Yeah. I need to set this one up though. This is a TV show from the 70s that Norma actually was a guest on. And the show is called Sanford and Son. And so this particular episode, Sanford's best friend Grady has met this woman, and they're getting married. Now that's bad for Fred Sanford because he's going to lose his best friend to this woman. So he tries to devise a scheme to make them break up. So he invites this woman, Dolly, over, And well, let's take a look at what happens.
It was very nice of you to have us over for dinner, Fred.
Well, that's what friends are for, you know what I mean? That's the least we could do is fix you a nice dinner, because you won't be doing that stuff no more.
Stuff like what?
You know, like when you get married, when you get off from work late, you have to rush right home and fix Grady's dinner, and iron his shirts, and wash his drawers.
Mr. Sanford, Grady is marrying me. What he does from now on really is just none of your business.
Well, that's true. I just want to wish you the best of success and happiness and everything. Let's have a little drink and toast it.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful. I got some good sparkling burgundy here.
You do?
Yeah. Cold Duck 59.
59, was that a good year?
No, that's a good price. Dolly, we'll toast a little toast to you for your matrimony.
Why did you clumsy fool? Look what you've done!
Oh, forgive me.
Look at me. What is this? Look at me.
I apologize.
Well, just look at me.
I look at you. Can I just apologize?
Well, what am I gonna do now?
Well, look, Dolly, here's what you do. You go upstairs and take your dress off and wash it out with cold water. You throw it down, and I'll do it. Go on upstairs and wash it.
Anyway, something strange going on here. Now, what's going on?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Ain't nothing going on in this. I swear to... What's the matter, Grace?
What's going on, Fred?
What do you mean? What do you mean, what's going on?
I mean, what's going on and off?
Well, see, I can explain it, Grady. You see, here's what happened. I was fixing a cup of drink for Dolly and I to celebrate your wedding, and I tripped on the rug and spilled a drink in her lap, and she went upstairs to rinse out cold water, dress her stain would stay there, and Lamont's robe was on a nail in the bathroom, she put it on, and me being the gentleman that I am, and when she put the robe on, I put mine on so I wouldn't embarrass her. Ain't that right, baby? I mean, Dolly.
That's right. That's exactly what happened.
And you expect me to believe a cock and bull story like that? Oh, no. I don't have to believe a cock and bull story like that.
It's the truth. You gotta believe it.
Please believe it, Grady.
Oh, no. Only a fool would believe a cock and bull story like that. Now, do I look like a fool?
You don't look like no fool.
Well, only a fool would think that I would believe a cock and bull story like that.
Wait a minute. Who you calling a fool, fool?
I think he was talking to you, Dolly.
Well, I'm not gonna stand here and be called a fool by an old fool like you, fool.
I think she's talking to you, Grady.
He was brilliant. He was without a doubt he was the most brilliant comedian, and no one like him in the world. I knew him from the time he was a comic until he became the first big star at NBC, yeah.
We're talking about Red Fox,
Yeah.
who plays the role of Fred Sanford. You were on 3 episodes of Sanford.
The first one was Jackie, the airplane episode. And I want to get in television. Red said, listen, I got a script there. Wait, get that script. Bring that script down here. She's she's Jackie. And I'm on television. He had that kind of power.
Wow.
Had that kind of power. Boy, he was something else here. But that's show business. That's in the past. But he was brilliant to watch him, yeah. I studied him. I studied comedy with Red Fox and Bill Cosby. Between the two of them, that's why I wrote the first book, The Encyclopedia of Black Humor. And it was because of my association with all the black artists in California at the time. I had Bill Cosby, Sammy Davis Jr., Timmy Rogers. I went back to where we were in blackface because I used to work with the great Pygmy. So I knew all about how black comedy started. And my first book was The Encyclopedia of Black Humor. And it was written by Red Fox. Name was on there, but I wrote that mother. He didn't write one goddamn word. It was just the greatest time in the world because I was working at a club called the Red Fox Club. And here at this club was Richard Pryor, Bill Cosby, Flip Wilson. And I was with them every night and studying them. And I used to get in the back and write, that's what started me writing comedy because I used to watch these guys, which led to what I do today, a writer. And I wrote a one-woman show. My new show is called The Born Again Virgin. Don't sweat it, it's a Catholic thing. But that's the new show a one-woman show I'm doing now. And it's comedy and what I learned from these guys has what made me what I am today. It's a great experience. And as my way out, I have some final words for you on that, with that type of comedy. Like everybody say, Norma, what do you attribute your longevity to? And I tell them, now, you can't drink, you shouldn't smoke, don't fool around.
Sorry.
Well, you don't have to be a nun, you just got to live a nun's life. None of this and none of that. Thank you.
Please, Norma.
Thank you guys so much. I think we're pretty much out of time, but I hope that we showed you guys a little bit more of the talent that you have in this room right now, the legends that they are, not just in the swing community, but outside of that. Is there any final words, any of you? Not Norma. Anybody?
No, keep on swinging.
Keep on swinging? Yeah. Chazz?
And we hope to see you all at Frankie 100.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Chester is producing the show at the Apollo Theater. So you must come. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be really fantastic.
Wow.
Chester seems surprised by that.
Chester's really, you just found out that you're actually working out there. Yeah. Get on a plane right now. All right. Thank you guys. We'll do our outro. This is Spuds.
Is your chromatic?
Thanks.
All around the planet, gates are in the groove. Don't have to understand it, you just have to move. Truck on down, pimp your stroll, put some jelly on that roll. Swing Nation, people grooving together.